Hey everybody, it is none other than the hyena, and Dirty is not here tonight. So with that being said, even better night, we are ready, and it is BHawk Live. Let's go.
Three, two, one.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's BHawk Live show. As you can see, we are minus Dirty.
We are dirtyless.
We are dirtyless this week. So in his place, we're bringing in Easy E from the Bottom Line show that you can catch on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. Only thing I can say about the whereabouts of Dirty for tonight's show anyway is that he has chosen to sleep with the enemy. So
Well, with that being said,
with that being said, let's talk about the big event coming tomorrow night. It's St. Louis's turn. St. Louis's version of the town hall event is taking place downtown St. Louis at Ballpark Village, starting at 5:30 and goes till 8. But more importantly, that I want to remind everybody of, tomorrow night, starting at 4:30, BHawk Live is going to be kicking off our Fill the Shelves event, where we are going to be collecting hardcover books for children ages 4 to 10. Bring them with you to the town hall. We will be there, Dirty and I. We'll have a couple helpers with us to collect any books that you got. And the whole object is to fill my truck because we got a nice big library, newly remodeled, and with very few books. So it's a chance for St. Louis to take care of our own and fill those shelves. So that's what we're hoping. Tomorrow night's not going to be the only time you can donate your books. We're going to be collecting them. We're going to be taking in cash, PayPal. I think there's going to be Venmo on the flyer eventually. And we'll use the money to go in the community here and buy additional books that will be donated as well. But this event's going to go clear through the home opener tailgate, which will be on April 6th, with Easy E making his track from the somewhat frozen tundra of Iowa.
It's been beautiful.
To take part in his very first tailgate in his very first game in person with the BattleHawks. So anyway, I sure hope everybody does their part, and we prefer hardcover books because, of course, if you can imagine, children are hard on books. So we prefer hardcover, but if it's paperback, we will take anything that's in good condition. And they even said that they would send the books home, paperback books home with the kids to enjoy at their homes. So looking forward to seeing how many we can collect. And looking forward. So we're going to start collecting books at 4:30. I hear that the weather in St. Louis is potentially not supposed to be so great. So we will improvise. If it's not looking like rain, I'll have the banners up. We'll have the flag flying. We'll be collecting the books in the parking lot. If it's a rainy day, we will probably be just inside the entrance to the Ballpark Village, and we'll still take your books. So rain or shine, bring all you got because it's for a good cause, and can't wait to see the kids' eyes light up when we drop them all off.
Well, and all you got to do is listen for a loud mouth and a beaming forehead. Two things, you are good to go, people.
Where is the library located, Ed? There's a couple questions in the chat.
The library is
located?
located in the inner city, St. Louis.
Okay.
We are going to do several different events. After the book drive, we hope to do some food drives at the other home tailgates. But we have a pretty exciting event that we have coming up that our guest on tonight's show is supposed to speak a little bit more about. We're going to partner up with to do some really cool things here in St. Louis. So hopefully he's on here shortly. If not, I will be improvising and I will more or less talk about the partnership myself and tell you all what's in store.
Well, and also that flyer that you all have seen too, there is already a QR code that is at the top, but we're also going to be adding another QR code that you can also go to for Venmo, which that will also be put up. I will make sure that one is put up first thing after the show, so that if you would like to donate any funds, any money to go towards this awesome library, we really, really, really would appreciate it. I know that I've donated some books already. I know that my dad has. I know that we've all gotten books from other places, but what's really exciting is that there's actually businesses like mine. I work at Philip Johnson Salon and Spa in the city. They are actually going to be collecting books as well for this. So if any of you have a place of business or anyone that knows that their children are getting a little older and they are wanting to get rid of their books or anything like that, please, please, please reach out to me or Daddy Ed or Easy E, and we'll be happy to take those off your hands for sure.
Hey, Train checking in. Brett's checking in. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I know Loudmouth's not here, but he's doing something else.
This is an upgrade. What are you talking about? This is this is an upgrade. This is a definite upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we go into it, Dad?
Yeah. So as I was saying, our goal, BHawk Live, our goal was to show the UFL and really to show St. Louis that we want to be much more than just a city that everybody says is all about attendance and putting butts in the seats, but that's all we care about. We wanted to show everybody that that's not all we care about. So we are in the process of partnering up with several different organizations, and we wanted to announce some of that tonight. Hoping that one of the partnerships will be on tonight to discuss it, but if not, we met with them last week, so I know enough to be dangerous, so I can go through it. Face it, inner city St. Louis, we have our issues. We want to do our part to trying to improve downtown St. Louis. Part of that is doing our part to partner up with the foundations that are trying to make a difference themselves. One of those is called The Village. The founder and CEO of The Village is Keenan Morrison. I'm sure if you've been active at all in what goes on in the community, you've probably ran across their name. I know that I recognized them first just on news bits, but then I had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago at being an awards ceremony, and I met Keenan for the first time, and Dirty and I both had a chance to go out with him last Thursday night and talk about what we thought our vision could be as a partnership with them going forward. The Village, their whole goal is to try and make responsible young men out of the youth in downtown St. Louis. And that means everything from doing work in the community, performing jobs to make money, learning how to learn a skill or a trade that's going to help them with a potential job when they get older. So what we're going to do with them is, as the BattleHawks, as we talked to Brandon Williams last week, and he talked about how the BattleHawks really had the goal of maybe not creating the ideas, but certainly partnering up with organizations that have the ideas to enhance it and make it as the best it can be. So what we want to do, since the championship game is going to be in St. Louis, I know they haven't officially said that yet. I have a hunch that they might be making that announcement tomorrow night.
So you just break all the news. Listen.
But in the meantime, what we would like to do,
all of it.
talking with Keenan, talk about a great guy. I mean, so every other Saturday, they drive through the neighborhood and they pick up whoever wants to spend the day with them. And he says that can be as many as 50 to 60 boys on any given Saturday. And they just spend the day with them, keeping them off the streets. And so we talked about the fact that a lot of these kids don't know what it's like to be to go to a professional sports game, to take in everything there is, from tailgating to the game to you name it. So what we would like to do is partner up with the village, and we would like on championship weekend in St. Louis to not only bring these kids to our tailgate, but we would also like to bring their families with them and tailgate. We have already talked to Rick Story, who's going to be tailgating right next to the BHawk Live Bottom Line Fuel tailgate. He has agreed to be a part of. He's already a part of opening weekend. I guess I shouldn't have volunteered him for this, but knowing Rick like I do, I'm sure that he's going to be more than willing. But know, Rick, that I'll be reaching out for the details on this as well. But we want the experience. We want to give the boys and their families the experience of not only the tailgating, having a hot dog, hamburger, live show, the everything that goes with the leading up to the big game. And then we want to partner up with the village to reserve up to a section of the dome so that they can all go to the game and enjoy it.
We want to quite possibly give them one of the best experiences that they've probably had in a very long time. I mean, these children deserve to have this opportunity, and we want to make their day as special as we possibly can. So, I mean, doing things like that, and even, with the tailgate and, them going to a game and seeing all of those towels and seeing all those fans cheering and all of that fun excitement, that face, like my dad was talking about the other day when he was in the hallway and all the kids were giving the heart sign, and seeing them smile at him and ask him, how are you and how's your day, that kind of thing. I mean, just to see that smile on their faces, what better way to do that than to do this for them? They fully deserve this. So, yeah.
So this isn't just, go ahead, Eric.
Well, the one thing you have to understand, and the good doctor, made a comment about, corruption in cities and things like that. And we understand that. That's pretty much, I would say, prevalent in a lot of cities. But, you have to understand that it's not the kid's fault. It's never the kid's fault. So if it is just to provide a day to tailgate and come to a game, then so be it, whatever it might be. But understanding that in almost all situations, it's not the kid's fault. They're just there. And they're just dealing with what they have to deal with in everyday life. So, you know, if here at Fuel and BHawk Live and the Bottom Line and any others, you know, show that contributes, I mean, if you can create a day for kids that they're going to remember for a long time, I mean, how special is that? It's huge. It's absolutely huge. So,
Not just that,
I mean,
but
those are the types of words.
Fuel is family, right? We're all family, and we want to provide that for these children too. We want them to know that they are family, not just to their own, but to us, and they are our family too. So we want to make their day as special as we possibly can because they deserve it. So,
And you know, when you're walking the halls of the school and you got 7 and 8-year-old kids that are looking up at you and they're making the heart sign at you and they're what are you doing here? And you see the pure innocence of the kids. It makes you realize that, yeah, exactly what Eric said. It's not the kids' fault. So we want to team up with the village, and this isn't just a one-time event. We want to make this a partnership, and that was really the one thing that Keenan wanted to stress was that they're willing to get involved with any organization to try and better the lives of our kids. But they're looking for partnerships because the longer you're doing this, the more connections you're making with the kids, and the kids get used to seeing your face and they get used to seeing you, and they want adults that are going to be in their lives that they can form relationships with. And when you're here today, gone tomorrow, you know, what do you really gain when they see a different face every time they're getting picked up? So look for more good things to come, but we'll have more details on the championship game. We probably better not get ahead of ourselves until it's made official.
we've been saying it, so we've been saying that.
Looking forward to working with the village, and we'll get him on. We'll get him on another time, and we'll get into more details, and so you can get to know their work and the good things that they do. But Amanda, you could probably talk about the next big announcement. Would probably be a good idea.
Well, wait a second. With that, I'm going to help out super producer Jersey tonight and say we'll give you the next big announcement on the other side of this commercial break.
Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came up the
Oh,
We are back, people.
It's
Okay,
not good when
so
it's not good to see wine swishing in front of you when it's only 20 after 8. There's too much of the show left yet.
Right?
yeah, I don't want to spoil the big announcement just yet. We just need it. Let's go into football first, people. Let's go into
All
football
right,
first.
we're waiting on the big announcement. We're going to talk about football.
Yep,
Okay.
we gotta wait.
Is that
Gotta
correct?
wait for the big announcement. Yep. Sorry, people.
So as
All
we
right.
know, the initial cuts are in the books, and the BattleHawks cut 17 players. Do we have that list that we can, or do we have the saying from Coach Beck? I guess I should say.
Let's do the saying from Coach Beck first.
Okay.
I want to talk about that because you guys will hear. I was able to be on an interview with Coach Beck recently and was able to ask him a really cool question. But I will tell you, Jeremy Housewright asked a really good question that pertained to this post. Today is shiesty. Today is a shiesty day to be a head coach. All 17 players that we released today should certainly not be happy. I understand anger, sadness, disappointment that may be directed at me, and for some, the disbelief. I will say that I respect each and every player for the hard work they put in each and every day, and will do everything I can do to help them move forward. Love all of you guys. I have to say this, like I said before, and like I said in the interview with Coach Beck. My eyes are so bad to read that. He is a class act coach. He truly is. And for him, and I can't speak for the other coaches because I did not see if the other coaches put anything out there. And if they did, please comment and let me know. But I have to say, for him to put that out there, that speaks volumes on him as a coach. And for all of these players that may have gotten cut or that did get cut, this isn't, and he made it very clear, this isn't the end of the road for them. This truly is just the beginning. And sometimes you have to go through failures to get ahead in life, like our show. Just no point intended. But sometimes you have to go through the bad to get to the good. And honestly, him coming out and saying that, and even the players and the things that the players have put out there, the players that have been cut, I have not seen one negative post from any player. I truly haven't. And if anything, that speaks very highly of the staff of the UFL, but also of the staff of the coaches. So I think it's pretty incredible. I don't know what you guys think, but kudos to Coach Beck, because that's pretty cool on his part.
So Eric, I'll ask you this question. In my 33, 34-year career in being in accounting management, I've gone through, like we talked about on Monday night, from time to time I've had to let somebody go. And I know how hard it is, not only on me, but on them especially, and how it potentially can change their lives. But as a coach, like Coach Beck mentioned, he had to do that 17 times in a row. And he had to watch 17 players in a row, the reaction of what it was like to be rejected and say you're no longer going to be on this team. You being a coach for as long as you've been at it, kind of go into a little bit of detail of what you think is going through his mind while all this is going on.
Well, I can tell you, I mean, I've been a football coach, baseball coach, basketball coach at every level, for 28 years. And I can tell you, in our situation, we don't necessarily cut players. But, the closest thing that I can come to is when you have a player that loves the game, whether it be football or baseball or whatever it is, but they just don't have the ability to crack the starting lineup, or, maybe they don't play a whole lot the entire 4 years they're there in high school. You as a coach, breaking that to them. And, when I come home and I talk to my wife about different things, it's kind of like dream crushing, and I can only imagine, And I have to sit there with a high school kid and say, it might not happen for you. We got a lot of talented kids around you. And I'm just being honest. I think the biggest thing, I think players, even at the lower level, whether it be high school or, clear up to the UFL, clear up to the NFL, if you think they don't appreciate honesty, then you're wrong. They may not like it. They may not like it at the time. But at the end of the day, when you're talking to a player and you're honest with them, as I'm sure Coach Beck was, he was probably honest in a lot of things. Whether it be the wide receivers saying this is what we're looking for, maybe this player lacked this or maybe this player lacked that. But he was also honest in the sense that, what, as I am with my players, you're still one of my guys. And as he mentioned, I'll do anything I can for you. And that's something that I tell my players first practice every year. Whether you play, whether you sit the bench, whether you never play, for the rest of my life, you will always be one of my players. And you can always call me with anything you need. And just the couple times that I've talked to Coach Beck and had a chance to interview him, I firmly believe he is one of those guys. And I think that's probably why, you don't see a whole lot of negative. He knows it's crappy. They know it's crappy. But at the end of the day, I don't think any of those guys take it personal. And as a coach, it's tough for you because you take it personal because in a way you kind of feel like you're causing that hurt, whether you don't start this player never plays, or you have to cut this player, you take it personal. But I think if you're honest, you're open, you're transparent with the players, at the end of the day, they know you love them, but it just isn't going to work for them to play at this level or play for this team. So I don't envy them. I mean, I would hate to be in a high school program where, I had 40 baseball players out and I had to cut 15 of them. I'd hate that. I mean, it would be very, very tough because, as you talked about at the beginning with the village, working with those kids and giving those kids something to look forward to and all the different things that surround that, the game of baseball for some of these kids, yeah, they may not play. But you know what? Or the game of football, they may not play at the high school level, but they're still a part of this group of guys. And they're still on that football team or they're still on that baseball team. And they still get to compete in practice. They still get to do those things, but they're still a part of it. In this situation, he had to tell 17 guys, you're no longer a part of that. And what's going to get even tougher, more so than last Sunday, is when he's got to tell 8 more guys. When he has to tell these 8 guys that are coming up, I believe it's this weekend, Sunday, that you're no longer part of this group of guys, man, I tell you what, it's never easy, but it's going to get even harder. I have to believe that these 17 guys were a cakewalk compared to what the next round of cuts is going to be. So I don't envy them. I mean, I've been in that position where I've had to tell a player, you're probably not going to play. I love you. You're a great kid. Love you on the team, but you're probably not going to play unless, you're putting in time in the off season, whether it be football, baseball, whatever. If you don't put the time in, it's probably not going to happen for you. And I think in the end, they appreciate that because then they can either make a decision. Well, now I know where I'm at. I'm just here part of the guys, or I can walk away and do something else. But for these guys,
at the end of the day, our show knows a little something about being cut, but at the same time, we still rise above it, right? And these guys are rising above that, and they're doing everything they can. If they don't play for the Battlehawks, Coach Beck's made it very clear, then most likely they will play for another team, and he's going to be cheering them on no matter what team that they go to. And so it's just as an outlook. I mean, Dad, you've played football. I mean, I remember as a kid watching you play fast pitch and slow pitch baseball. I mean, I got upset when you told me I couldn't be at second base and I had to go to the outfield. At the end of the day, rejection is a part of life, and we all have to know how to handle it. And so for bottom line, at the end of the day, the fact that these players can still go on social, rise above it, and still say, I'm still here. Prime example, Lacoby Tucker, still rising above it, still saying, this isn't where the buck doesn't stop here. It's only going to get better from here. So right. I'm really think that this is just the beginning for those ones that got cut.
So cuts of note. I mean, when we talk this time next week, I'm sure the list is going to, the final 8 is going to be a lot of names that we're very familiar with. So I'm sure that that's going to be a bigger conversation. But I guess
Yes.
players of note this cut include James Bostic, which was one of the wide receivers that was taken in the rookie draft. He had great size. I'm actually kind of shocked that he's not on the team at this point. But remember, he's one injury away, possibly a couple injuries away of being right back with the team. And I got to think with his size and skill level that he's probably going to have an opportunity to jump on with one of the other UFL teams as well.
And let's be honest, Ed. Let's be honest, Ed. The wide receiver room was probably the deepest on the Battlehawks.
That's so why I'm saying,
yeah, we knew, but we knew there was going to be, probably a wide receiver, even 2, or we kind of went, whoa. And he's just happens to be that one. So
yeah, and I'm sure, if it's not coming back to the Battlehawks at some point, I'm sure he's going to have that opportunity with another team. But there's another one that Amanda can talk about, Jadrian Taylor. But yeah, this was a special circumstance. So
yeah, so Jadrian Taylor, unfortunately, I saw got cut. But he did make a post on Twitter. I don't know if you all saw it, but he had some cardiac issues. But he did say he appreciates wholeheartedly the UFL for looking out for his best interests at heart when it comes to his health first. He definitely looks forward to going home and doing his training. We've had him on the show before, and he discussed that he likes working with other kids during football and also coaching. So he looks forward to doing that. And so, again, like I was saying, these things, it's limitless, right? They have so much that they can do. And the fact that he made it very clear that the UFL did everything they could to help him from that standpoint, and he totally understands as to why he got cut for those purposes. I mean, it's just the beginning for him. And, so yeah. We're here for you, dude. We are.
Yeah, Jadrian, and if I remember, if I heard it right, he wasn't even aware he had a heart issue. Until he was with the Battlehawks and had to pass a team physical, and that's when it was discovered. So he was actually thankful that was discovered, because better to find out with a team physical than to collapse on the field. That's for sure.
Correct. And Mike, you're absolutely right. I see Mike in the comments. He says, as a coach, I tell my kids it isn't the football you remember. It's the camaraderie and lifelong friendships that will stick. And you're absolutely right. And that's what I was talking about when you talk about, being a part of that group, whether you're a starter, whether you're a bench player, whether you're somebody who, may never see the field. It's those relationships that you form. It's the fun that you have. It's the time you have before the game, whatever. And for these guys, I think it hits even a little harder because, they don't even have an opportunity to be a part of the team. They're just done. Now, they might be an injury or 2 away from being back on the team, but, that probably hits them a little bit even harder because, their dream of continuing to play football, with every cut, kind of slips away. So I understand exactly what you're saying there. It makes it real tough. I don't envy these coaches to have to do that. There's no question about that. So.
Another player that we got to know pretty well when he was making pizzas in Chicago, Colby Tucker, was released from the Michigan Panthers this last weekend. The guy is a physical specimen. And unfortunately, I think he's got to have some game experience. He's just got to get on the field.
And no, he doesn't. He needs to meet Coach Beck. Coach Beck, you need to meet Lacoby Tucker. You need to reach out to Lacoby
Unfortunately,
Tucker.
yeah, but unfortunately, with with whittling down to 8 teams, there's a lot of talent out there, and a lot of the overwhelming number of the players that are playing now in the UFL have NFL experience, or at least some, or they've
They
been in
do.
a
They
camp.
do. They do. They
So
do.
they've got
But.
the game experience and the size and the quickness, all the above. LeColby's got everything he needs from a size standpoint, from quickness, you name it, but he doesn't have the game experience. And whatever
you can't coach that into him. The game experience. I know you look at him, he's 6'9". What is he, 6'9", 365, or
Go
whatever
away.
No, get out of here. The show's going great.
It really isn't going great, Eric, because you're on the show. It's going great because Amanda and Daddy Ed are on the show. But no, I just have to give a special shout out. I'm leaving the Blues game. Of all places, I can't stay in the Blues, and I'm at a Blues game. Got to give a special shout out to a sponsor that gave me the tickets for tonight's game. So thank you to our sponsor. You guys are doing a good job. I like you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
So having said that, let's take another commercial break. How about that?
Yep.
We caught our program director not ready.
He's sleeping.
Yeah.
He's worried.
Same great taste. Yes. Same great taste. Same great taste.
Amanda, I think the stage is set. I think the stage is set. It's time.
I gotta say this though. I have to disagree with you. The guy literally already has something signed with the 49ers. So regardless, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know whatever, right? He could get cut from 49ers, heaven forbid. But at the end of the day, he still has something in the works.
I hope you are right. And don't for 1 second ever believe that what I'm saying, I am slighting him in any way. Because if I met him in a dark alley, I'm gone.
Gone.
But all I'm saying is if it's, Atlanta had him for a while and they let him go. Michigan had him, they let him go. The 49ers got rights to him. But if I'm him, he's got to go whatever level he has to be at, that he can get on the field and start getting game experience. Because I gotta believe that these, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Atlanta, anybody that's looking at him, they signed him for a reason. They signed him because of his size and his speed and everything. But there's something that's holding him back. And the only thing I can say is it's got to be assignments. Knowing the flow, knowing how to pick up blitzing line. I mean, it's all the things that years of playing.
Might be footwork. It might be footwork. His footwork.
I mean, it's just stuff that he needs to play. He just needs to play. I don't care if it's arena football. He's got to play.
But with
Jersey,
that,
can you
he
put?
is learning
hold on a minute. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Amanda.
I'm just saying, with that being said, along the way, it's like with anything. He is learning from each of these things. Whether, with him being cut with Atlanta and then him being cut with Michigan Panthers, he is still learning as the time goes on. So he could be with the 49ers and kill it. So regardless, Lacoby, we are really rooting for you. We really, really, truly are. And with that being said, can I make my announcement now, please?
Hold on 1 second. Jersey, can you put up John's comment just real quick? It's back about 6 comments or 7 comments. No, the bigger one. It says, I'll read it here. There you go. Coaching staffs reduced this year. Do you think it might play into the decisions being made in the negative? I've been watching DC sign like madmen, looking at everyone. I wonder if it's talent overload. It absolutely is. It's 100% talent overload because we went from 16 teams to 8. Well, that's just the nature of the beast. And we can argue that it should have been 12. We can argue that it should have been, whatever, all we want. But the plain fact of the matter is it's 8 teams. So just brace yourself, because when the cuts come on Sunday and the next 8 guys are hacked off, man, there's going to be people going, how is this guy cut? Why was this guy cut? Well, that's just the nature of the league. And we can look at it as a negative, and it certainly is for the negative for the players that get cut. But as fans, we can look at that and say, man, the product on the field is going to be really, really good if guys like that are getting cut. You talk about USFL All-Stars, XFL, whatever. If they're getting cut, then the product on the field is going to be way better than it was last year. And so as a fan, I mean, I feel for those players, but as a fan, I cannot wait to see where this goes. I can't wait.
And not only is it 16 down to 8, but it's also all the players that are coming down from the NFL that are trying to get back to the NFL. Yeah. So add those in the mix too.
Yeah, more and more are coming down. No question.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, Amanda.
Love that.
Okay. All right, everybody. I'm really excited for this big announcement. This is what I posted about a few days ago. We, BHawk Live and Fuel Sports Network, will be partnering with none other than St. Jude's. We are very, very, very grateful, blessed, and appreciative for this partnership. We're going to be meeting with them really soon, but my dad has some information for everybody. We will be doing some walks and would love to have everyone's participation, but not only just here in other states. So go for it, Dad.
Well, we're going to meet with them and talk for sure. But, as we talk about Fuel being fans united across the league, we were looking at what could we do, who could we partner up with that we can take this to every city in the UFL. And with St. Jude, we believe we're going to accomplish that. We are planning, I believe, tentatively set the date of, is it September 14th, Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
September 14th, in every city, all 8 cities of the UFL League are going to have a charity walk, and it's going to be a partnership between St. Jude and Fuel. Mm-hmm. So as we talk about uniting the fans across the league, this is just one of the things that we're talking about doing. And it's just another example of the partnerships that we want to form that, as we'll talk about later, we're looking for additional partnerships, and that includes the BattleHawks. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But anything else you want to say?
Yes. Also, I have another announcement, is that, as I've told you guys before, I'm a hairstylist and I work in the Central West End, and I work at Philip Johnson Salon and Spa, and they are also going to be partnering with Fuel as well. So Fuel is growing, not just in shows, not just in Roku and Fire Stick, and you can all see us in your own homes whenever you want to. Yes, you can watch us, not that dirty thing, but it's growing. And like it says in the name Fuel, it's fans united, experience Legion. We're all united front. We're all together in this. And what better way than having these amazing partnerships? So thank you so much to St. Jude's. Thank you so much to Philip Johnson Salon and Spa. And we cannot wait for that. So that's just a few more people we can join on in the family. So, yeah.
And while this is Announcement Wednesday, everybody, we just as well go into another one that weekend. Now, the second annual Wild Sun Customer Appreciation will be on September 7th at Wild Sun Winery. And we will be this year's charity that we're teaming up with is none other than the Power Play Foundation, Ricky Prohl. They have agreed to partner with us for our second annual customer appreciation for BHawk Live. So September is going to be a busy month for everybody because September 7th is the BHawk Live Customer Appreciation. September 14th is more than likely, until it's etched in stone, St. Jude Walk. September 21st, out of Wild Sun Winery, is the Customer Appreciation Hog Roast, which yours truly will once again, with the help of some friends of mine, will be roasting a hog and having a Hawaiian luau. So there's 3 weekends. There's 3 weekends in a row that we're going to keep you busy.
Yeah, we're really excited, everybody. Thank you so much. And we want to say, as you all saw today, a petition went out for BHawk Live. And thank you so much to Sandy Johnson for putting that out for us. We really appreciate you doing that, truly. And I have to say this because I can. This is not just a show. BHawk Live has grown into so much more. I not only have my father on the show with me, but now I have my cousin. This truly is not just family. This is more than just family. And to have certain roadblocks, if you will, or bald-headed people get in the way of certain situations, it's not going to stop us. We are going to continue doing what we're doing every day, and what we do is not for them, it's for you, the fans. So thank you so much to everyone who has signed the petition. If you see the petition on Facebook and Twitter, please feel free to share that and sign for us. That would be great. There's nothing better than to have a fan base that I can honestly, truly call myself family with, that will support us through thick and thin, no matter what. I've even have a boyfriend out of it. So a lot's come out of this, but at the end of the day, thank you so much to everyone. And my dad is,
I don't know. I better take over because I'm kind of wet. I was gonna go fake news, but I thought no, I'm not gonna do that.
Here's what I'm going to be professional. So
here's what I want to add. And number one, we have a disconnect. And I'm not going to come out and tell you who the disconnect is, because it doesn't, at this point, it doesn't matter. But let's talk a little bit about the interview that Arlington A Train did with Brandon Williams last week. It was an outstanding interview. Brandon Williams said a lot of great things, and I am probably 100% sure that Brandon Williams meant every word that he said. I really do. But let's break down some of what he said, and let's talk a little bit more about reality. Okay. Number one, he says they want to partner with organizations, businesses in St. Louis. They don't necessarily want to come up with the ideas. They want someone else to come up with the ideas, and they want to partner and get 100% behind those ideas. Okay? So we're partnering with the village. Are they a part of that? Well, no, because that would actually take time to meet with us to discuss something like that. Let's see, we got fuel with St. Jude. Are they a part of that? No, they're not a part of St. Jude. I guess they probably very well could be a part of that, but that would mean they would have to talk to us to do that. Are they a part of our BHawk Live celebration with the fans September 7th for the Power Play Foundation and Ricky Prohl? No, they're not a part of that either. Why? Because they won't take the time to talk to us. So here's Brandon Williams' definition of pressure. And I totally 100% behind it. He says, what's the definition of pressure? Getting one more person to a game. Okay? It's the St. Louis fans. It's BHawk Live. It's the grassroots organizations. We're doing all that work. We're doing the grassroots. We're getting more fans. We're getting more people to the games. We're taking the pressure off. So as you talk about being under pressure, we're the ones that are taking the pressure off of you. And what do we ask for that? All we ask is that we have a seat at the table. Okay? We don't want special treatment. I can tell you back in 2020, I drove my car down the road for hours. I would listen to a local sports talk show, and it would go from group to group to group. Not one single word about the Battlehawks. And I'm talking about 2 games before the game was to be played. Not one word about the Battlehawks. I sit at home at night. I watch the 6 o'clock news. I watch the 10 o'clock news. Not one word about the Battlehawks. All you hear is Blues, Cardinals. Okay? What about our show? We're live, eating, and breathing the Battlehawks. Day to day, week to week, year to year. We haven't gone anywhere. We've been doing the work. We've been keeping the fans excited. Hell, we're excited. We want to go to the games. And despite zero effort on one particular or 2 particular individuals, and again, I want to say, Brandon Williams, you're out of this. I'm not including you in this. So do not take this as a Brandon Williams bashing, because it is not. Because everything you said last week, I agree 100% with. Everything that you're excited about, I'm excited about. So you tell me, where is the disconnect between what you said last week and what we are doing now, and we've been doing since 2018, 2019, when A-Train and Dirty carried the flagship for the Battlehawks before they were even here. They were just a thought. How much more of this? You're talking about credentials. We can go to any city in the UFL and we can be credentialed. We can be part of press conferences, and we don't even have to try that hard. We've even been approached by the teams themselves to be a part of it. St. Louis, we get an olive branch of maybe we can go to a press conference or 2 if they tell us. There's sports memorabilia shows that they have BattleHawk players there to sign autographs. We're not told about the event because evidently we're not wanted there. So my question is why? Why? We are a organization that is all about the BattleHawks, nothing but the BattleHawks. St. Louis, we love St. Louis. We go out of our way this year, especially we're going to do everything we can to not only put butts in the seats, but make a difference in kids' lives. So you tell me, you explain to me and tell me why we cannot get something as simple as credentials to the St. Louis BattleHawk games where one of us can sit in, be a part of the media, ask a couple questions, maybe hear from the coach. We've asked time and time and time again for access to players. I had a conversation with a podcast in DC this morning. This podcast was new. And he was telling everybody, tune in next week when we interview offensive guard, blah, blah, whatever his name was. And I'm like, okay. So let me get this straight. You got a team, you've got a podcast that's never, I guess, Jersey,
Here's
go
the
ahead,
deal.
put the Ed's rant up there because I don't know what else.
Here's the deal,
I don't know
House
what else
Right,
to say.
is that at the end of the day,
No,
you're
Amanda.
right. We are beating a dead horse, but I will ask, what is he?
Let me take the gloves off for a minute, Amanda. You guys have been the professionals on this whole situation. I'll try to be professional, but this is ridiculous. If you ask, I could ask, I've seen it pop up in the comments on the right side there a couple of times. Well, this guy mentions it once in a while. This guy tries to talk about it, so on and so forth. Okay. I would ask most people on the right side column, if you're looking for information on, the BattleHawks, where do you go? Most of the time, your answer is probably going to be BHawk Live. Okay? I mean, I'm sick and tired of hearing it too. That's fine. You're beating a dead horse. You know what? Then let's just nix BHawk Live. I'll take the Memphis Showboats Live. You know why? Because I've had access to Coach DiFilippo a couple of times. Been in on one of his press conferences. Had great interviews. Okay. And he came on the bottom line, and we had a great interview with him. He enjoyed it, and he's like, I'll come back anytime, guys. So let's do that. Why do we, I realize we're St. Louis Battlehawks fans, and that's fine. But you know what? Why promote them then? If they think that they have everything that they need, if they think that the media that's out there is promoting them, they are sadly mistaken. And if they think they're better than the other teams that have given credentials out to different podcasts, whatever, video casts, then they are sorely mistaken. So that's fine.
Even today, Eric, you look at it today, you're still hearing nothing on TV. You're hearing nothing on the radio. Sure. They may be getting a little 5-minute interview with one of the head coaches or a player or something like that. But there is still today, your major outlets in St. Louis are not reporting on the BattleHawks.
Got some breaking news, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Got some breaking news from one of the co-founders of Fuel.
I've seen it.
Okay, so let's.
You know what?
So here's what we're gonna do. We've got an hour in the books. Because of our new network, we've got to cut off. We've got to cut off now at an hour for the network. But we are going to continue this discussion on Pro Football Alliance on Facebook. We're going to continue this after our commercial break. So anybody that's watching on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, you'll have to go to Facebook to pick up the rest of the show tonight. We want to thank everybody that's not going to be able to stay along with us. But after this commercial break, we're going to overtime.
All righty, guys.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
3, 2, 1.
That's pronounced Dubby, by the way.
Dubby? Gotcha.
Dubby.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, so just finishing what I was saying. If they don't want to credential us, they don't want to acknowledge us, they want to pretend like we don't even exist, then guess what? Then we won't exist for you. Quit towing the mail for them. I mean, we've had way more access to Memphis Showboats, Birmingham Stallions. Name your team. We could call any team tomorrow and say, hey, we'd love to interview this guy. We'd have it in a heartbeat. It's ridiculous. And everything that you guys do, like Ed mentioned, St. Jude, the Village, everything that you guys are doing with BHawk Live, and then there's the Fuel Network. You don't want to be a part of that? If that's too much work for you, then to hell with it. Let them go. I mean, it's embarrassing. If I was a Battlehawk fan, I would be embarrassed that, when you come and get your Battlehawk news, this is where you come. Yeah, exactly. Champ, you're exactly right. Birmingham would give us access all day. I mean, that's the embarrassing part about it. We're trying to promote a team. We're trying to help a team. We're trying to put butts in the seat. We're partnering with people that are great organizations, great sponsors, and yet this is what we get. So if you want to continue having zero coverage or minimal coverage on the Battlehawks, and I think we should help them out. That's what they want. Help them out. Easily go Showboats Live, Stallions Live, whatever. I mean, to heck with it. I don't know why, why we put up with that crap. It's ridiculous.
So Amanda, what have we always said about BHawk Live? When you describe BHawk Live, what do you say all the time? We are
our marketing tool costs them nothing. Nothing. It costs them nothing. What we do every week is for the love of football. For the love of football. We love doing what we do because we are a family. We do this for the fans, by the fans. Period. And at the end of the day, there's players that want to wholeheartedly the show. Yes, everybody, St. Louis Battlehawk players that would love to come on our show. And then I'm turned around and told 2 days later, oops, we can't have them. And then the players don't even know that I was told no. Really? So I'm sorry to you, the fans. I personally, as a hyena of this show, want to apologize to you, the fans, for not getting what you truly deserve to get. Because I can tell you right now, this is a late show, so I can say this. I worked my ass off to get players for this show. I work very hard to get players and coaches. Daddy Ed works very hard to get players and coaches. Dirty works very hard to get everything to run as smoothly as possible to get players. Arlington had an amazing interview with Brandon Williams. Loved it. But when I am literally told from a player that had no clue, that he was told he could not come on the show when he originally thought he was supposed to, because somebody thought it would be a good idea to cancel it the day before our show. Is this really a league of opportunity? Is this? Is it? Because to me, it isn't. If everybody wants to think that this is the girl that's crying foul, wah, wah, then I'm sorry, then you don't know me. Because I really am, and I really will continue to fight for this show and fight for what I believe in. And I believe in this network, and I believe in the people who started it. And when they're being told everything that they were supposed to have been doing this entire time, and they do it, and it's still not good enough, you know what we're going to do? We're going to dust our shoes off. We're going to stand up tall, and we're going to continue doing what we've been doing with or without you. So all I have to say is this is BHawk Live. We love our fans. What we do every Wednesday, what my dad and Eric do on Bottom Line every Monday, is for you, the fans. And we appreciate every single one of you. To all of those that have downloaded the Fire Stick and Roku, our network. Yes, everyone, like I said, our network. And partnered with St. Jude's. It's a big deal. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to feel like I'm somebody from WWE right now. We are a big deal.
Well,
we are a big deal.
So we're huge Battlehawk fans. Despite it all, ask one Battlehawk coach that's been on our show and been interviewed. Ask one player that's been on our show and been interviewed. Ask them what they thought of the interview.
But they will continue to monitor our show. They will continue to monitor our show. So you tell me, everyone, seriously, is our show that bad?
So
monitored on a weekly basis. We're good.
So we've established the fact that we are huge Battlehawk fans. And despite what happens here, that opening weekend, I'm still going to be tailgating my butt off. I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to cheer as loud as I can because I love my Battlehawks. And so we love everything about the experience. We love everything about the players and the coaches. We love everything about St. Louis. That's Battlehawks. But
Thank
still,
you, Russ.
but
Thank you,
still,
Russ. Dad, read that. Read that comment Russ just put up there.
Yeah. This is the only place Battlehawks fans can come to talk about and hear about the Battlehawks. You're exactly right.
So you tell me.
I haven't been able to find anywhere.
We got the players and the coaches covered. We got the fact that we're huge fans. We got all you fans out there that we know you're huge Battlehawk fans because you've been sticking with us through thick and thin, going through the same stuff. We love the experience of the games. Hell, Dirty and I are driving to Arlington opening weekend. We're driving to Birmingham. Hell, we might even be flying to D.C. for that game. So This is all on our dime. Why? Because we love the game. We want to be a part of this league. Why would you not want to work with that? Why do you not want to work with that kind of passion for this league? So there is one hiccup, possibly two hiccups that are in the middle of all this that's causing all this, that it doesn't need to be that way. You guys know who you are. So
just sign the petition, everybody.
You can only try and get interviews so long and be denied that you just quit trying. So sign the petitions. You see it all over Facebook. They say we have no reach. They say we don't have a fan base. They say we don't have enough viewers. The only way we're going to show them how many viewers we actually have is by signing that petition.
Hello, people. I'm back.
Okay.
No,
hold
on. I got to say something. I know I'm suspended and all of that, but I think there might be some more suspensions coming from the CEO of Fuel. But I do have to say this. Thank you to all three of you. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to everybody who has supported us, who has done everything that we can for this league and for this team. It's because of all of you guys, the reason why we do this show every single week. And in the 5 years that I've done this show, there has been times where I've wanted to quit this show and quit doing this. But it's every single week, seeing the fans, seeing the love, seeing everybody believing in mine and Arlington's vision that we have created, and you guys are backing us, means the world to me and Arlington and Ed, Eric, Amanda, Jersey, pop on because you're producing the show tonight.
Brett,
it's because of all of you guys for believing in this crazy vision that me and Arlington have had for 5 years, that you guys have jumped on. Sandy, to you, big shout out. I just have to say thank you to everybody from the bottom of my heart with all of this shit. It's because of you guys, the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing. I know it's the reason why Arlington keeps doing what he's doing, why you guys keep doing it, why we've created this Fuel network to bring these fan bases together. I literally don't know what else to say. That's really all I got to say.
So sign the petition, everybody.
Right, yes. Yeah. Sign the petition.
And don't forget, tomorrow night, starting at 4:30, bring your books. Hardcover books, ages 4 to 10.
Well, Daddy Ed, don't we got like 400 books already?
I've already got quite a few.
Right.
But it's a big library, and there's a lot of empty shelves. So keep bringing them. And we're going to keep filling them till they're all full. So
I'm out of here. I love each and every one of you guys. Look at that. JR saying he's got 5 boxes for us. Thank you. Sandy says she'll be there. Again.
That's awesome.
Eric, Ed, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for believing in this crazy mess of Fuel that me and Arlington have decided. Amanda, I know you're off because you're mad and you're angry and you were going to cry. Thank you for believing in this. Sandy, thank you for doing everything that you've done. Jersey, thank you for believing in the whole thing of Fuel and what it's about. And thank you to every single one of these fans that watch our shows every single week. It means the world to me. I'm done because yeah. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow the championship game will be announced in St. Louis. Like Dershinomus have told you guys where it's gonna be. We've been telling you guys for months. Championship game right here in St. Louis. So I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for everything everything you guys do for us. It means the world to me.
Take care, Dirty. Take care,
We
bud.
we had flawless tech night until just that. So, so anyway, sorry to have to vent. I'm just going to leave it at that.
It was the venting.
We know what you, the fans, think of the Battlehawks, and that ain't going to change. We're going to fill the seats in the stadium. That ain't going to change. We just got to get rid of a roadblock, and we'll do what we can. But just know we're going to do the best we can at getting Battlehawk news and making sure that you, the fans, are kept up to speed every week. We'll be breaking it down. So find that petition, sign it. Everybody have a great rest of the week. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Rain or shine, bring those books. And we will see you guys later.
See you Monday on the bottom line.
Monday night, 8 o'clock, bottom line.
Three, two, one.